everyone. So I want to share how I created this look. First step, I'm using this Nutriderm moisturizing lotion to make sure that my skin is very well moisturized. Step 2, I'm using this Benefit Professional primer on the areas where I need most of the priming. I've just taken pea size amount and I'm going to blend it with my fingers. It's just going to create a barrier between my skin and the makeup that I'm going to use now, and gives me an even canvas. So now I'm using Too Faced Born This Way concealer in the shade Warm Beige for my under eyes and any discoloration that I have. So for those of you with more dark circles, you probably have to use an orange or a peach corrector depending on the kind of discoloration or under dark circles you have. For me, Warm Beige works very well. It's very close to my skin shade and hides my dark circles, basically this discoloration. So I'm using a wet sponge to make sure that everything is blended very well, and I'm making sure that I'm using dab motion to make sure that the product stays in place but blended very well. See the difference? Now I'm using Too Faced foundation. I'm going to mix these two shades using this Beautylicious brush in number 207. Works very well for my skin. I mean, the kind of texture I have, it works very well, blends very well. Now I'm using this light beige concealer to brighten up the under eye. Basically, I'm using it at all the places where I need a little bit of highlighting. I'm using the same sponge, which is damped, and making sure that I'm using the dab motion again to blend everything evenly. Using the leftover on my eyelids because I'm not going to use a separate concealer for that. This is the translucent setting powder from Too Faced again. I'm going to set all the places where I used my concealer to make sure that it's all set and doesn't move. Now I'm using a Tarte palette which has a highlighter, bronzer and blush. Right now I'm using a bronzer to give a little sculpted look to my face, because without that I look like a little funny person. Doing a little bit on my forehead as well. And now I'm using the blush from the same palette. It's a little peachy kind of blush. And now the highlighter, which is more in peachy champagne, like a pink champagne shade. This is what it looks like. Using a little bit of highlighter on my nose, my chin and my forehead as well. Now moving to my eyes, I'm just taking any neutral eyeshadow from any of the palettes and blending it. This is my Maybelline wax crayon kajal that I'm using as an eyeliner. So this is how I create my winged eyeliner using a wax crayon. I've also done a reel on this, how to do your eyeliner. That's exactly the same thing. You must have a look at it. This is what it looks like. Doing the same thing on the other eye as well. So keeping a check. And now with a smudge brush, I'm just smudging this eyeliner to give it a little smoky eye look, and using a concealer on a flat brush to give a lift to my wing. You can totally skip this step, but I'm just doing it because I like that lifted look. Now blending it out to make sure that it's not looking like a separate harsh line. After that, I'm using this PAC setting spray to set my makeup. And this is how I did my eyebrows. Remember the reel with the DIY soap brows? Yes, that's the thing. And now for mascara, I'm using Too Faced Damn Girl mascara on my lower lash and my upper lash both. Not using any lashes today because it's a simple look. And here is the final look. Ta-da!